and he has been a faculty member of various esteemed institutes like Sri Balaji Society, Symbiosis, Ustrovadia, Ferguson College, and over and above this, additionally, Dr. Marathe is a member of the Academic Council of Symbiosis Center for Distance Learning, Board of Studies for Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth, Research and Recognition Committee of Dr. Bharti Vidyapeeth, Deemed University, and the Governing Council of Indira Institute. So, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the subject of management information system is concerned, you guys are in lovely hands and in experienced hands. So, Vivek Marathi, sir, it's all over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting with the subject management information system. So, first, let me tell exactly what is this that we are going to learn. So, information systems are something that we are living with every day. And today, the situation is for every now and then we have to check information. For example, wherever I want to travel, I will check the GPS also. I can check the atmosphere also. I can check the traffic situation also. So we are actually living in an age where information is something which is inevitable for us, and we have to use information for everything. So a simple thing that I would like to know about a particular product, immediately I'll try to browse on my mobile and try to find out about these products that I would like to buy. So everything and anything is available at a finger touch for us, or I can get it from some sources immediately. So this is what we are living with. So similarly, without information, no business can run. So for every business, be it any business, we need information, and that is what our management also needs so as to take decision. So I'll just tell about some decisions which have been, which probably everybody must have seen. Say a car manufacturing company, when it decides to stop manufacturing a certain car, why do they decide? Because they have information with them that a particular model is not getting sold in the market. So nobody will keep on manufacturing even if the product is not sold. So they will have to take a decision whether we should continue or we should not continue with the product. So there again, information matters a lot. Financial information, again, very important. If I want to invest, I will definitely check what are the investment opportunities. I will check where my money is going to grow fast. That is what every person will definitely think of. So now what we are observing is that we are feeling handicapped without any information. So industries where previously sometimes decisions were taken based on analogy or gut feeling, now that is not a style. Show the data, we can take information. So now is an era of analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and many more such aspects. So in my sessions, I'll definitely make you aware about these aspects also, like how I'm using technology so as to take certain decisions. So let us start with some text. It will be a blend of practical and theory. So let us go through some theory aspects also. So please go ahead with this. I'm sure I'm audible to everybody. If anybody can respond. Okay. So the fundamental thing for any information is data. Now data can be either collected manually, or sometimes we are having auto-generated data. So what is auto-generated data? I'll first explain. When you do a bank transaction, either I'm withdrawing money from ATM or I am transferring money through some system like net banking, the information, that is the data that is generated, is auto-generated data. Because of the transaction, the data is created, and this data can become information for some other system, or it may be a raw data for some other system, quite possible. So we are having data in different forms, and I would like to collect this data, process this data, and then come to a certain logical conclusion about the data. So any numbers are representing me data. Any objects are also data. So I am collecting data in different forms. It can be symbols. For example, currency symbols are used by people. That is one example of data. Then we are having some understanding about certain symbols. So when we put a asterisk somewhere or when we put a dot somewhere, that is also a part of data. So text images are also a kind of data. So nowadays it is possible that I can search for a person's name from his photo. So Google has provided this facility in the search engine where you can record a voice and you can find out whose voice it is. Or I can scan a photo and I can find what is the background or the history about this photo. So there are various ways of exploring things, and I'll be collecting this data, I'll be processing this data, and after processing, I will come to a certain conclusion. So just to add over here, so I'm seeing people from different countries attending this class. I'm sure the university is also trying to analyze the data as to how many people from which country are getting connected to this kind of session. So right now there is too much of data generated. Number one, the data which is generated is how many people are attending the session right now. That is one data which is already generated. Second is, I will say what time they got connected, because everybody has not got connected at the same time. So some people have got connected a bit early. Like I am seeing some data in front of me. 54 people are connected right now. I'm seeing 5 chat messages, which is the data in front of me. And then from this, I'll try to come to certain conclusion. Now there are some messages I don't want to tell about it, but some links. It is live streaming that is going on right now. So if anybody would like to ask something regarding this, or else we can proceed. Okay, then I'll proceed with the next thing, ladies and gentlemen. So let us go ahead with what is information and what is knowledge. So when I collect the data, maybe it is raw data, I'm trying to create some value out of it, and that becomes information. So I'm trying to generate something. I'll be showing some information in front of you also. So I'll open some file. I'm going to work on Excel, because Excel is very popularly used for processing the data. And then from this information, the data which I process, I get information. And from this information, I'm trying to derive certain knowledge. So I'll go with such example where I'm collecting some data. I have the data ready with me, but I'm having this data. Okay, I'll take a sales data, since people from different countries are observing this particular session. I will create some visuals regarding some data, which probably everybody can understand. So give me 1 minute. I am using some data so as to create some sort of information in front of you, and I will also try to derive some inferences from this data. Okay, so please be there with me. I already have big data with me, so I'll take a couple of minutes. Just 1 minute. Now I'll share the screen again, and you can tell me whether you are able to see the screen or not. Just give me 1 minute. I'm sharing the screen again. I'm just opening the file. I'll take 1 minute. Can you see my screen now? Yeah. Okay. Now this is the data that I'm using. This is a very big data. This sales data of a company, and I will be using this data for showing you how exactly I'm going to generate information. So please be there. This is a very big data. So to be more precise, let us see how many records are there. There are 8,400 records in this. And this data is about Canada. And I want to get something out of this data. I want to generate some information. And using this information further, I'll be creating some reports which will help uh, taking decision. Okay. So please observe, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a data which is having many attributes, and through these attributes, I can definitely generate some reports. So what attributes I'm going to use to generate reports, please observe. Okay. So I'm scrolling the data up so that everybody can see it. Just give me a few seconds where I can now scroll this data and show you the parameters on which I'm going to analyze this data. So I'm having parameters like row ID, order date. So you can see the order date. Then I am having order priority. So various parameters are there. What ship mode will be used so as to ship these products. So that is one more thing. Then I'm having customer name, the country, the region, province. So I will generate some information in front of you. So please be there with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm creating some reports. So I'll select this data first. Without practical examples, I cannot just talk about theoretical aspect. So this is a data. Now this data, maybe it is collected or it was collected using some way. Maybe it is auto-generated data. From the billing this data is generated. That is what we can come to a conclusion. Now I'm selecting this data and I'm now generating some reports. So I'm using something called pivot tables so as to generate the report. So I'm generating a report using a pivot table. Please be there with me. Now the first report that I would like to generate, please observe. The first thing I would like to generate is I want to find out what is the order parity. I'm having total 8,399 orders, but which orders are urgent or critical, which orders are say not so critical, everything I can understand. So can you observe that I am seeing order priority and I'm trying to identify out of 8,399, which how many orders are urgent. I am reading a comment that I am not audible. Is it true? Am I audible to everybody? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So right now, out of 8,399 orders, I'm trying to generate a report which will show me out of 8,399, 1,608 orders are critical orders. Critical means these orders are to be given immediately. They are on the top priority. Then 1,768 orders are having priority high, then low, then medium. Then out of the total orders, there are 1,672 orders for which there is no mention about this order is critical, high, low, or medium. So it is not specified. So this is one information that I am trying to generate. I will also get the percentage out of this. I would appreciate if you observe. I am also trying to get the percentage out of this. Okay. So please observe. I am getting percentage also. And here I have got the percentage. Now I am talking about information. So I've got the percentage. 21.05 orders are having order priority high. Next is, you can see critical are 19.15. And I will also generate a graph for it, which will explain this particular information very nicely. So I'll go ahead with a graph. So here I'm displaying a graph. Am I visible or not? So now there is a comment, I am audible but not visible. You are seeing my background. My face may not be seen, but background you are able to see. Yeah, thank you. The reason is anyway, when multiple applications are open, there's something happening. I have to put my camera off. The reason is it what you can say utilizes more bandwidth. I hope people can understand about this. But my screen should be visible. So my screen visibility is more important. I hope my screen is definitely visible. I'm going ahead with this graph. I will make this graph more better. Please observe, I'm making this graph more better so that anybody can understand this graph thoroughly. And I click on OK over here. Now see, I am providing you with some information which will tell you about the order priorities that I am having. I am sure the graph is visible for everybody, and this graph can be easily understood or interpreted by anybody who is looking at this graph. Can I get the comments of the graph? Okay. So here I am showing you some information which I have derived from the existing data that I'm having. I will name this particular table. We can name every table. I'm naming this table as priority. And I'm also renaming the sheet. So I've renamed the sheet also. So I have generated the first information, and that is how many orders are there which are critical, high, low, medium, and not specified. I'll go ahead with the next report, and I will try to generate some more information. I'm sure you'll all enjoy the last product, and that is I'm going to create a small dashboard for you, which will give us knowledge. Okay. So the next thing I would like to find out is ship mode. Which ship mode is going to be used for transferring or shipping these particular things? It is visible for everybody. I'll get the percentage. So I'm going to use certain ship mode over here. So how many total what you can say consignments are to be sent by delivery truck? 1,146. Regular air 6,270, and express air 983. So I'm trying to identify which ship mode will be used maximum. So as per my deduction of the data, regular air, I will be sending maximum products using regular air. Now from this, we can understand that which mode of transport will be used maximum. And this becomes one information which is very important for the supply chain management or the logistics department, and they will take care of arranging for such arranging for such mode of transport so that the products are delivered at the right time to the people. I will also go for a chart for this. I'll first name this, and the name of this will be ship mode. I'll also rename the sheet. So I am doing one more. So two reports I have done, which are so-called information. Now I'll be doing something interesting. I'm sure all of you will observe, and at least I can create a curiosity among you that how you must be able to create this. So I am now going to create province, a report for province. Now I am creating a report for province. I'll drag province once more so as to get the percentage. So just now we were reading on the PowerPoint presentation, information and knowledge. Right now I'm working on information. So this is data about Canada. And in Canada, these many provinces are there. And I'm trying to identify from which province I'm having maximum orders. So from my data, the conclusion that I can have is maximum orders are from Ontario. If you can see it, Ontario is having maximum orders. If you want to find out, you can also sort the data so as to get the exact visibility of data. So I'll get descending orders. And here I can see that Ontario, I'm having maximum orders. Number 2 is British Columbia. Number 3, 4, 5, you can see it. Can I get a comment about this if you can see it? Right. Thank you. Thank you. Now, okay. Now, instead of plotting a chart for this, I would like to show this data on a map. So I request, please observe this carefully. I'm not taking Excel over here, but without Excel, I cannot convince you about this subject because I must have some data. Talking only theory will not be correct. So I am using data and trying to convey to you what exactly means analysis and how we can generate information as well as knowledge. Okay. So 1 minute I'll take. Okay. This was my original data. Now I would like to present this data on a map. So please observe, I am now creating a map on which I will display this data in a very beautiful way. Wait a minute. I am getting the map over here. Can everybody see the map? Now I have created a map and I'll be displaying data on the map. Remember, the more I use graphics to display the data, the more the end user will understand it or it can be enjoyed. So it is not just creating reports, it is something that should be more interpretable by any person who looks at this report. So I'm creating a report. Please observe this. I'm connecting this data to the pivot table again. And now I'm going to display data on it. Now, can you see the data on the map where I want to show how the data comes on the map, and from the map, I can understand from which province, how many orders we are having. And you can also see the darker the color, the more the orders we are having. May I get any comment about this, whether you are able to see this? Right. I wish you people are also able to create this sometimes, or maybe some of you are able to create this even today. Now, this is a way I am displaying the data. This is again information. Only thing is that instead of showing this information in a table, in a normal table, I'm trying to show this information on a map, and which is more better understood by the people. I am having data about India also. Sometimes I'll share this data with you if you want to try this. And then I will go with a very interesting concept of knowledge, how to generate knowledge. Now, please be there with me, ladies and gentlemen. I am converting this to map. I have converted it to map. I am also renaming it as map. I'll rename this as map. Now, knowledge I'm going to create. I've created till now what is called as information. Now, let us go ahead with knowledge. How will I say that I'm creating knowledge about something? So I wish all of you observe this carefully. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm adding a new sheet. I'll call this sheet as dashboard. I'm sure the word dashboard is not new to many people. Dashboards are used by almost everybody in the office. Yes, I have seen that comment. Mr. Kishan Gupta, I have seen that comment. Give me some time. Okay. Now, I'm going to create a dashboard, and that can be called as knowledge. Please be there with me. So first, I'm taking the map on the dashboard. So I've got the map. Now I'm going to get order priority also. I'm taking the graph of order priority on my dashboard. And I'll take one more graph on my dashboard. So please be there with me, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'll go with ship mode. I'll just convert it into a graph. Give me 1 minute. Maybe I forgot to create a graph that time, but I'll do it right now. I'll take 1 minute. So I'm taking this graph also on the dashboard. So can you see all the three things on one sheet? Anybody can comment? Right. Right. Okay, thank you. Now see how interesting it can be. I'm now generating knowledge over here. We started with data, then we went with pivot table and charts so as to get information. Okay, it will be more interesting. It should intrigue you. Please observe. Now, here I go. I am creating a slicer. Now I want to find out which category products are having what sort of orders. Please observe. If I click on furniture, I want to know how many orders of furniture are critical, high, low, medium, and not specified. How many orders of furniture are to be sent by delivery truck, express air, and say the third category what we are having is regular air, and from which province I am having how many orders of furniture. So please be there with me, ladies and gentlemen. I am showing you something which is more attractive. Please be there. Now observe. I click on furniture, you will see all the three graphs changing. Are you able to see this? Is everybody observing? This is called as a dashboard. And using this dashboard, I can generate knowledge. Are you understanding? Anybody would like to comment whether you are able to see the dashboard or not? Right. So these are the ways of creating knowledge. If you can create, well and good. Try doing this. It's your choice whether you would like to do it or not. These are some things which are very difficult to be understood virtually, in the sense that unless and until you have you do it very patiently, it is not possible. Okay. Ashwini ji, it is not going. Okay. Take too much time for me. Okay, no problem. So at least if you have understood, you can give it a try and try to create such as it's just a very simple dashboard I have created. Very simple. I'll add one more spice to it. I would request all of you to please observe. I'm adding one more spice to it, and I'm sure you will enjoy this. So I'm adding one more thing, and this thing will definitely be of good, what you can say, of great curiosity for everybody. Okay. So I'm now taking order date and I'm changing it to years. Please be there with me, ladies and gentlemen. Something very interesting. I'll change the colors also so that they are more better to be seen, and I'll report connections. Now, please observe. If I click on furniture, it will tell me the order priority of furniture, and also it will tell me the count of ship mode, how many to be sent by truck and everything. And on the map, it will show me the orders from every province. So here I click on furniture. Now I am doing something called as analytics. What is analytics? Please understand. I click on furniture. Here, all the three graphs are changing, which will show me how many orders of furniture are there totally from each province, what ship mode is going to be used for it, and what are their order parities. Now, I would like to go into details. I am diving deep into this data, and I would like to find out what was the situation in 2009. So I click on 2009 over here. It is showing me the situation in 2009, then 10, then 11, and then 12. Are you observing, ladies and gentlemen? So it is not just the product category. I'm also trying to identify it with time. May I know any comment about this? Right. If I click on office supplies, it will show me office supplies for 2009, technology for 2009, and the condition of their orders. So if I'm not wrong, many of you are working, or almost all are working. So if everybody is working, I'm sure these kind of things are used somewhere in the office. And this is what is the way one must know information systems. Any queries anybody would like to ask, please comment it. Okay. Again, I'll share the screen. I'll stop sharing this particular screen. And then we'll go ahead with text and theory. We have now differentiated between what is information and what is knowledge. Only single tables that I have generated were information. When I'm trying to identify the relationship between all these information, I'm trying to gain knowledge out of it. So I have given a glance of what is knowledge and how you can get it. So shall I go with the text, ladies and gentlemen? So we are back to text. Let us go ahead. So we are going through what is the concept of raw data, how this data is used so as to derive information. And today the mechanism of collecting data is so advanced that getting data from anywhere is easily possible, be it in any country. So since I'm in India, what I know is there is so much of auto-generated data. So those who are from India may be probably knowing that in India now there is a system implemented called FASTag. FASTag is system to collect the toll taxes when you are going ahead or when you are driving. So you have to pay toll tax at different places. Now FASTag is generating this data automatically. Now no cash. You have to have a FASTag on your car, and it is using a technology called IoT, Internet of Things. And with the help of IoT, there's a passive device and there's an active device. So the FASTag which is pasted on the screen of my car is a passive device. And on every toll plaza, there is an active device which will read or scan that particular code, and the amount is debited to my account. So that is the biggest success of what you can see is an as an information system. Now, what is the information generated from FASTag? FASTag every day generates a report as to from which toll plaza maximum collection was there, from which state maximum toll was collected, which toll plaza is having maximum traffic. These are three prima facie things which are generated. Now, other than that, it can also give me a breakup of heavy vehicles and light vehicles and medium light vehicles. So how many heavy vehicles passed, trolleys, containers, how many containers or trolleys have passed from that particular toll plaza, how many cars, because the toll tax is different for different vehicles. So it is generating a breakup of the vehicles also. And from this, the government can take a decision as to where the lanes are to be increased, if the highway is to be increased or widened, where, for which highway. Like we are still, I will say, in a stage where road construction is yet to be done. Our honorable minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, has done a excellent job by creating roads. But comparing with China, China is having 16 lane highways. In India, we are having maximum 4 to 6 lane highways. So that decision can be taken by government from this particular knowledge that they are generating from FASTag. Go ahead with this. So knowledge and information can keep on changing because information at one stage can be data for the other stage, quite possible. So right now, if I want to generate some sort of information from the existing data that I'm seeing on my screen right now, how many participants are there? So I can generate some information from it. For example, how many participants are there and from where they are connected, from which state they are, or from which country they are. That is one thing. Second, I can generate data as to what time they got connected. Third, I can generate data gender wise. So three databases that I can, three information that I can generate. Now, beyond this, if the university would like to go with some more information, they can definitely try to explore more. and I will do something called as data cleansing so as to identify more insights with the data, and I'll try to be more precise about the decisions in that case. Go ahead with this. So right now the data I've shown was on spreadsheet. So I had rows and columns using which I have displayed some data. I can have pictures also, I can have list also, frames, anything. Voice, streaming, continuous streaming is also data. So since all of us are using WhatsApp data is also stored by government using information systems. For example, it is found that maximum cyber frauds are happening through social. Is everybody? Yeah, I'm trying to fix it up. This is actually because of the bandwidth. Am I audible now? Can
Sir, there is a disturbance in voice.
am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Now audible.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank
Sir,
you.
if
I
there
think
is
there is
a
a suddenly,
a
it is still
network issue,
unstable. No problem.
yes, sir. You can turn off your camera, sir. If there is a network issue.
Actually, I should turn off the camera because bandwidth is unnecessarily getting exhausted.
Right,
Now
sir.
is it okay?
Yes, sir. It is
Yeah.
okay, but
Now there should not be any. Yeah.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Fine.
Actually, this is a till we are getting foolproof 5G. I think this can be a problem. So please bear with me. Okay. I think the screen display is more important. May I proceed then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I was talking about how we are generating the information, and then from that we are going to get some knowledge. I was talking about cyber criminals, and they are using social media in a big way so as to find their targets, and extortion is also happening. So one has to be really careful with this. And is the data uh, is the data really available? So at least in India, we are having data available about these kind of crimes. So those who are from India can definitely check a website called National Crime Record Bureau, NCRB, where you can get data about every crime that is happening in India. And it will also give you the information and knowledge about what steps government is taking. So ncrb.gov.in is the website. I am proceeding ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We are going ahead with types of information. I'm sure it is visible to everybody. You can write in the comment. So may I go ahead with this? Can I explain this if you have read at least the first one? Right. So what are the classification? First, what is action information? Action information means whatever is the information given to you have to act on it or you have to take certain decision on it. Uh, for example, let us say that you have invested money somewhere and there is some decision you are not taking any action and because of which it can be a problem. So there are many such triggered informations that we are getting and we have to take action on it, otherwise it can be problematic for us also. Now action information can be related to banking or your shopping or your healthcare or any such kind of thing. Action of COVID-19. And at that time, government used to collect data and immediately act on it. For example, how many people are affected and what is the requirement of oxygen or ventilators. They had to act on it. Now, what is no action information? So there is some sort of volcano erupted on a planet called Mars. We cannot do anything from here for it. So no action. We just read. There are many such news coming in the newspaper every day, which may not be relevant for us. So I had read a news that a very old person, maybe more than age 90, got married in UK. Now I don't think it is an information on which anywhere we have to act. We are just reading it. But yes, if we find that there are some problems regarding healthcare, or in Mumbai recently there were many cases found of measles. So governments immediately came into action and they started vaccinating the people. So that is what is action. Information is there. How are you going to act? Any international affair, how government is taking action. For example, Ukraine war. The first action taken by government was to evacuate the people from that country to India for Indians, but Indian government has helped other countries also to so as to move their people from Ukraine to their country. So I'm sure it was there in the media, even the international media has applauded those countries also. Now, second thing is recurring and non-recurring. Now, what is recurring? The word recurring indicates that the information, I'm sure I'm audible. Am I? Am I audible? Yes. Thank you for the information. Thank you for your comment. So I was talking about recurring and non-recurring. Recurring means the information which comes on the regular basis. For example, stock market. Any country stock market, the information is recurring. Recurring means it comes on regular basis. Non-recurring information, sometimes a very high problem that we are having with this connection, and it rarely happens. I think it happens with everybody. The problem can be with my connection also or your connection also. So whatever is possible I'm doing, I'm using a very good speed internet, but if it is unstable, it is not in my hand. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, next time I'll try to use hotspot also and broadband also, so as to okay. 1 minute, I am shifting from one network to another. Give me 1 minute. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Please comment. Thank you. Thank you. I've shifted to a new network. I'm sure I'm audible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So I was talking about action and non-action. I am talking about recurring and non-recurring. So action information means I have to take some action, I have to act on it. And I was giving the example of COVID-19 and how the information was generated by the hospitals and the government had to act on it immediately. They were supposed to make the arrangements for oxygen, for ventilators, for various medicines like remdesivir. So all these arrangements were to be made. So that was action information. No action information, I've already told you that some information on which we cannot do anything, that is no action information. Now, what is recurring and non-recurring? Recurring means which comes on regular basis. The information which is regular. For example, I'm talking about stock market. Stock market information is everyday information. Non-recurring information. Sometimes we'll try to identify. Okay, historical information. We'll try to collect some historical information. So that is non-recurring. Recurring means having fixed frequency. Non-recurring means not having any frequency. I can generate this information on ad hoc basis. Ad hoc means 11th hour basis. I can generate all this information. I'll quote one example. All of us or all of you must have seen the video of WTC attack, World Trade Center attack. Now, when World Trade Center attack took place in 2001, what you call 9/11. Okay, so in 2001, this attack took place. 11 September, the Twin Towers were hit by flights. And at that time, the Pentagon immediately came into action with non-recurring information. What is recurring information? Regular information. Now, what was non-recurring information? They were immediately into action to find out how many flights are there in air. So approximately 4,500 planes were there in air at that time. And they were asked to land immediately. Wherever is the nearest possible place to land, they were asked to land immediately. Now, why was this important? The reason was they were interested in stopping the casualties. There should not be more casualties. So I'm sure recurring and non-recurring information is understood by everybody. Can somebody comment yes or no? Right. Now let us go ahead with internal and external information. Internal means within the organization. Since all of you are working, the information which is generated in the organization. For example, today out of 1,000 people, 20 people are absent. Or 100 people are working on a certain project. This is internal information. The outside people are not concerned with it. So internal information is there in our house also, in every company also. So let us say in an automobile company, they are generating internal information as to today out of 1,000 machines, how many machines are breakdown. They are not in a working condition today. This is internal information. External information. What do people think about your products? You are into manufacturing of, say, automobiles, Kia, MG Hector, big cars are there nowadays. So every company is interested in knowing the feedback from the end user. Like probably there can be a feedback of every class also. So this feedback is also information which is generated. Now, how to categorize it, that I'll leave it to you. This information will be within DY Patil University because it is internally generated information. But overall ranking of DY Patil or ranking of Symbiosis or any other university is external information. So what is the ranking? So there are some parameters on which the ranking is done, and that is external information. To be more precise with external information, many people talk about our country. So what is one of the parameter of knowing whether our country is recognized internationally or not? One parameter is ease of doing business. Another parameter is economy. India is the fifth largest economy in the world now. So definitely it is also one parameter which affects a lot as far as India's status is concerned. Last slide, we'll see. Last two things, please go through this. So planning is a management activity, same like this session is planned, or they have planned the sessions for next 1 month, 2 month, whatever it is. So this is also planning. Control information. What is control information? There's a feedback mechanism to identify whether everything is going on in a right way or it is going on in a wrong way. So control information is definitely important. I want to identify whether the end user is satisfied or not with the products, or is there any quality degradation in the product, and for that I need to control. So every company has a quality control department which will take care of this. Go ahead with this. So it is written that need of knowledge is perceived as power of or strength of the organization. If your organization is knowledgeable about things, it is considered to be very good. So nowadays, the people working in technology field are called as knowledge workers. Has anybody heard this term called knowledge workers? Okay, it seems nobody. So I'm in a domain of analytics, so I'm more into knowledge. I'm trying to derive various things, inferences, and I'm helping companies to take decision. So that is what is my domain. So I'm more into knowledge domain, one can say. Any queries, ladies and gentlemen? We are having the last minute. Anybody would like to ask anything? Yes? No queries? You can type the queries in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So in case you have any query, you can ask me next time also. I would appreciate if everybody tries working on these kind of things like